So, Sadiq Khan strikes again, attempting to silence his critics. With Donald Trump's inauguration today, Sadiq Khan, Labour's Mayor of London, has launched another inflammatory attack on the President-elect and his policies. In a scathing piece for The Guardian, Khan equated Trump's presidency with a march of fascism, a reckless and divisive statement that has drawn ear from across the political spectrum. Nigel Farage called it a disgrace, accusing Khan of sabotaging international relations for his personal gain, and Priti Patel condemned his words as unacceptable, urging Keir Starmer's Labour government to rein in its outspoken mayor. I think the Sir title has completely gone to Khan's head. Khan's focus on global issues comes at a curious time, coinciding with mounting criticism of his record as mayor. Londoners are grappling with soaring knife crime, increasing reports of sexual assaults and concerns over public safety. Meanwhile, Khan continues to champion policies like free school meals, fare freezes and renaming tube lines. This is just left-wing populism at play, designed to distract from the capital's real problems. What's even more worrying is that Khan truly believes that he can one day be Prime Minister. He knows in order to have any chance of this, he needs to deceive the rest of the country and not only London. To be able to do this, he needs control over the social media platforms. Khan's call for tighter control over social media is a blatant attempt to silence criticism. Khan and Labour want to control the narrative and they're not even hiding it anymore. They only want far left views and ideology, and they want to silence anyone who opposes these views. It seems if you're on their side, you can practically say anything you like. Just look at the case of Ricky Jones, the Labour councillor, who had a scheduled trial date for today that has now been pushed back until August. I'm pretty sure he's out on bail as well, unlike others arrested for social media posts who were fast-tracked in days and refused bail. And they continue to deny any existence of two-tier justice in the UK. All of this, including Khan's attack on Elon Musk for reinstating users like Tommy Robinson on X, is a thinly veiled cover-up for his own administration's shortcomings. This is a classic case of deflection, diverting public attention from his own scandals and inadequacies, like the controversy over receiving and possibly undeclaring gifts like Taylor Swift concerts. Even the BBC called out Khan in an article on this. Susan Hall went even further and highlighted the fact that the tickets were donated by a government contractor. Apparently, Khan doesn't have any involvement in these contracts. A spokesman for Khan said the mayor has no involvement in the procurement process for GLA events, nor in the tendering of these contracts. Yeah, of course not. So what do you actually do then, Mr. Khan? Khan's evasion of questions about grooming gangs in London during public sessions showcases a mayor more focused on dodging accountability than solving problems. Susan Hall questioned Khan about grooming gangs and he blatantly denied any knowledge of them, pretending he didn't understand the question, which was made very, very clear to him by Susan. You've probably seen this video by now doing the rounds, so if you have, feel free to skip ahead, otherwise it's well worth a watch.
I asked you this question last week and you found every which way but not to answer it. Just how many grooming gangs have we got in London?
To avoid any misunderstanding, can she define what she means by that?
Yes, if you look at what's gone on in Rotherham, where there are people taking young girls, grooming them for sex, that is what I'm talking about.
We know in London there are issues about exploitation of young people, but they're not as defined by the member in her definition of what those types of gangs are.
So are you saying we haven't got the same sort of gangs that are in Rotherham, Bradford and lots of other places in the country?
Just for you misunderstanding, what does she mean by that?
You know full well what I mean by that. It's all over the television. You know exactly what I mean by that. These gangs of people that are grooming young girls for sex. Do we actually have those in London?
Today, I'm unclear, Chair, what is meant by the question. If you could spell it out, I can answer.
I've just spelt it out. Are you not listening? It's the sort of gangs that groom young girls at a young age for sex. Exactly how much clearer do you want me to be?
Khan's administration's record on crime is appalling, with crime rates soaring to levels unseen in decades, all while Khan champions causes that do little to address the knife-wielding youth gangs terrorising London's streets. A rape is now reported every hour, and knife crime has doubled during his tenure. Khan's history with Trump is filled with petty squabbles, from endorsing the Trump baby blimp to engaging in public spats. These antics do nothing for London but serve Khan's ego and highlights a pattern of attention-seeking behaviour that distracts from his shortcomings as a mayor. Khan is trying his best to try and position himself as an international figure, and his latest inflammatory remarks against Trump only further expose his lack of focus on local governance, drawing criticism even from Labour allies like Darren Jones, who stressed the importance of respecting democratic choices. Khan needs to start doing the job he's paid to do. This is just another in a long line of embarrassing mistakes for Starmer and Labour, and it seems like Khan has gone rogue on this one, and he doesn't even have support from Starmer and the rest of his cronies. He's just made their job even harder now, as Trump is even more likely to reject Peter Mandelson as the ambassador to the United States. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about Khan's little outburst.